Yo, welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Niall Frazier. And today, boy, oh boy, we got some things we need to talk about. But before we get started, man, if you could please for me, just like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I really do appreciate it, man. Trying to push the 600 subscribers, but take a little time to get there. But let's get into what we need to talk about today, man. I don't want to make this video too long because I know I'll be a little late to the party, so you probably didn't see the other content creators talk about the game. So I'll speak a little bit on that, but I'm just going to talk more or less about what I'm looking forward to seeing from this team, man. I got really mixed feelings right now. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Got to be honest. From what I'm seeing from this team, I think they could play at a higher level, but I'm feeling like at this moment in time, especially what I've seen from the Tampa Bay game. Because it was like two different teams between the Saints game and the Tampa Bay game, man. I know other elements played into it. I know that the heat index was like 108, something crazy like that. So players were having some, difficulties being out there on the field, throwing up on the sideline, cramps, things like that. So that played a factor into it, as well as not having our starters. They did have some speculation that, maybe AJ might come back, but they did end up keeping him out for another week. So we probably see him after the bye week, because I did see something come up on Instagram that he posted, something like the Joker or something like that. So happy to have him back, and hopefully we get Smitty back and we see a different offense than what we've been seeing these last few weeks. With that being said, sticking with the game offensively, man, and I gotta just be real with what I'm about to say, man. Jalen Hurts, man, love him to death, man. But I'm getting a little tired of seeing what I've been seeing from him, especially with. And like I said, I don't know these players personally, but the way he carries himself, I just feel like there's more going into what's going on the field. We've speculated before about Nick Sirianni still having his hands in the play calling after, they came out publicly and said that Kellen Moore would be the person that would be taking over the offensive play calling. You're still seeing things from last year that, Nick was calling. Us putting all this blame on Brian Johnson for him just to be the scapegoat because now he's in DC or Washington, whatever you want to call it, and you got Jaden Daniels playing like a superstar. So it's a lot going on right now, especially surrounding Nick Sirianni. But I think Jalen Hurts also needs to get thrown into the pot, man, because like I said, you pay him last year because he had a crazy performance in 2022, and you expect him to live up to that. Now turnover, like outside of a couple of things, I will say, he's an okay quarterback because he still got that clutch gene, man. He got the clutch gene, but the turnovers have been crazy as of late, man. He has at least 1 to 2 turnovers every game dating back to last year's season. That is not the caliber of a quarterback that is going to win a Super Bowl at all, bro. And as much as I talk about Josh Allen and stuff like that, he's going right into that mix, man. Jalen is falling right into the mix. He plays recklessly sometimes, or most times. Jalen, you don't have to be a hero, my boy. You do not have to be a hero every play. This team is set up with different weapons and pieces, so it eliminates that factor. So it gives you the option, but it's like his decision making on some of these players are just outrageous, bro. The timing be off. I was watching my boy Pablo Guerra, and he was breaking down some of the film, and he got like plays where your check down is open. You get your tight end open on the screen, and he's just still back there holding the ball. And you got Johnny Wilson up the field, and he's doing the best he can, blocking where it can be a first down and turn into a 3rd and 5. Like little things like that. Plays where you're instead of you trying to force the ball to Smitty, you got Jahan Dodson open. But in his mind, he don't trust these players. And I'm sorry, I don't really care about if you trust the players or not. That's what you have readily available at that moment in time. You just got to make it work. You think Joe Flacco goes out there last week or this past week and knows all these players, but he goes out there and he plays a hell of a game, don't he? It just seems so crazy to me that you can get somebody like coming off the bench and they just go out here and they perform the way that they do, and they don't have the same amount of time that Jalen Hurts might have had with some of these players. I'm sorry, bro. Regardless of the time that he's had with them, you still have to utilize the players that you have, and he's not doing that. They're going to know you just want to go to Smitty. They're going to know you just want to go to this player. But then on the other side of that, the creativity of the play calling. Where is the motion in the backfield? Sometimes, some weeks we see motion, other weeks we don't see anything. And like I said before, I know Nick Sirianni's involved in the play calling still. So it's like, is he a hindrance to this offense? Clearly he is. I think Nick Sirianni's a hindrance to this team, but I don't see them doing anything until the season's over. What team is going to go to a Super Bowl and they got to get a brand new head coach? You seen what happened when they got rid of the coordinator last year, or they switched coordinators. It got worse. So we sitting here complaining now about what we seeing, and then things are always susceptible to change because they come out this bye and nothing changes. Then you're going to have to do something. Or if the team does not stand behind Nick Sirianni, then you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to make a change because this will not be sustainable. This will be a waste of salary cap to lock all these players up and acquire all these different players, draft capital, even the draft. Some of the draft picks ain't been hitting. Now, shout out to Quinyon. He's doing what he need to do, and we'll see what Cooper DeJean does. But we ain't seen Jalen Hunt. The Georgia Bulldogs ain't bulldogging. They little dogging. Like, come on, bruh. We ain't seeing what we need to be seeing, bro. So it's like collectively, this team has a problem. Organizationally, they have a problem. Not just play calling, but organizationally, they have a problem. All the things that Nick Sirianni preaches about, the core values that this team has, we do not see. We see the complete opposite of that. And I'm fed up, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm fed up. I'm fed up because this is probably one of the best constructed teams. For them to be playing the way that they playing is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, what did we do mini camp? What did we do training camp? What did we, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? What are we saying to these players? What are these coaches doing? Because every press conference is the same thing. We got to work on fundamentals. So what are you doing week to week? Every week we got to work on this. Every week we got to work on that. I know things change week to week scheming wise. You got to go different schemes and stuff like that. But it's like, what are we working on? If a common fan like myself can sit at home and be like, well, damn, we need to run the ball a little bit more here. Damn, we got Saquon Barkley. Maybe we should, involve him a little bit more in the offense. Maybe we should get maybe not have Jalen back there holding the ball for 20 years. Get him some short completions real quick. Let's up the tempo. Like I'm not seeing any of that, bro. I'm sorry. Just basic fundamental things I'm not even seeing. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Then you get in your players like Darius Slay. After the loss, you want to go up there and post and delete your career stats. This is why us fans be having the problems that we have. When I get mad, if I go to my job or I own my own joint, but my thing is this: if I go into one of my accounts and be like, you know what, they get mad at me for missing something that I was supposed to do. I'm supposed to be mad because you're mad at me because I didn't do what I did. That's when that's my thing. And then to make it even worse, with all this going on with the loss, you go on Micah's podcast the week after he just came at CJ and said, "Who is CJ?" Then go on there, and I'm not sitting there saying Darius like clowning, but it's like, why involve yourself in this situation? You are a captain of the team, bro. Captain of the team. Like, I know Darius is loved by all his players, and we like Darius too, but a lot of things he's been doing and saying these last 2 seasons, bro, has been rubbing me the wrong way. If you don't want to, like he's celebrating the end zone like he made the play. Bro, you didn't make the play, bro. He dropped the ball. I mean, I know you're excited because you ain't look like you getting cooked, but let's be real. You have had a great career, but if that's what you're calling it, then call it a career and get off the field and give somebody else the spot, bro. Nobody cares about career stats when you're still playing in the league and your team has just gotten cooked. Them career stats mean nothing because we didn't see that. We didn't see that. Even being a voice in the room, speak up, bro. We suck. Only person I ever hear say stuff like that is CJ, bro. Sometimes Jalen, Carter. But it's like, bro, speak up. Set the example on and off the field. I know these guys got podcasts, they got live, they Twitch and all that good stuff. But come on, man. Like, we are fans. We want to see our team win Super Bowls. If y'all just here to get a check, then go somewhere else, man. That go for anybody. Like, if y'all don't want to play football, then go somewhere else, bro. For real. Nobody. And this is what it come with. Like, nobody's not sitting here saying anything that we're not, that you're not expected to do. And we know you're all human. Things happen. I understand that, but I'm telling you, bro, from Nick Sheridan down, even from the top, some of them organizational people, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm gonna be at 9 minutes and 45. Man, like, I don't even know what else to say, bro, to be honest with you. Because what are we doing? Now, I will say this before I get up off here. We're in the bye week right now. Coming off this bye week, like I said, this will be the real test. They got 4 games coming up where they should be able to at least win 3 of them, if not all 4. Now, if they go, what? So said 6-2, 4 games. Yes, yeah, 2-2. Yeah, 4 games. So 6-2. If they go 6-2, then all right, okay, we bubbling. Or even 5-2. They go 5-2. I'm like, all right, okay, we still on it. we skating by, but that's not the best look. But 5-2, I would say at the least, or 5-3 would that be 5-3? My math is not math right now, y'all. But if they lose 2 games, I'm gonna be a little concerned with the 4 games that we got coming up, especially if they lose like how they lost with Tampa, like no adjustments were made or anything like that. Then I got cause for concern. But I got cause for concern right now because I don't want to get tricked out my spot like I did last year, trying to pull for this team. Because of course I'm always gonna ride for the Eagles, man. But at the same time, this is not Philadelphia football. I said that last year. This is not Philadelphia football. You get Jalen Hurts coming into his press conferences talking about, they ask him, will you and Nick, regroup up, whatever the case may be, and, figure out what's going on with this team. And he's like, we have our moments. He feeding right into it. Like, you're not making it no better, Jalen, bro. You're not making it no better, man. So I'm hoping that this team finds some which way or form to get back on track because I still feel like they're still one of the best teams in the NFL when they're on fire and on all cylinders. You see the glimpses, man, like that break off touchdown run that Saquon had. You see the glimpses. They just got to get it together. Now, if Nick Sheridan's not the guy, then we got to start talking about the different head coach. And organizationally, something's going to have to change if you want to win Super Bowls. Now, if you don't want to win those Super Bowls, and keep it the same. Just let the fans know. But something has to change. You're going to have to give up some control, man. You're going to have to invest in a coach that really knows what he's doing on one side of the ball and go from there. Let them pick their staff. I don't think that'll ever happen. If it do, oh my God, it would be crazy. But I think this team needs to be revamped from top to bottom. With the decision making from who's making the certain decisions when it comes to draft picks, when it comes to personnel, whatever the case may be, they have to do something totally different, bro. But it's starting with that head coach because you're not going to get too far if your head coach is, you don't respect the head coach. Now they keep saying we're behind Nick, but it's starting to sound fleeting. All due respect, because how much more can you keep saying that and you're not seeing a change before y'all start to feel like he's not the guy. So with that being said, man, it's Nam from the No Cut Sports Podcast. I appreciate y'all listening to my rant today. I do apologize. We didn't get a chance to talk too much about the game, but y'all already seen that bloodshed that we had to go through, man. Piss poor effort on both sides of the field. Both sides. It is what it is, man. It's your boy Nam. I'ma holla at y'all. Y'all already know, man. Go Birds. I'ma holla, man. Be safe.